Hello, how's everyone doing? This is episode 5 of Squad FC. How are you guys doing, boys?
Good.
Chilling, man. I'm chilling.
Chilling.
All right, so we're trying out a new recording system this way, so everyone can see us now 24/7. So today we got top 10 midfielders, and then we got an argument game, which hopefully should be good. But first, hey, you guys see the jersey back there? Damian Lillard.
Here we go.
Sign that extension.
You do not care.
But my
Loser club.
well, it's a solo man. Look at him. Hey, that's signed by him. Man.
Literally,
Look at that. That's
literally,
signed by
literally a dormant in the NBA.
right here. Look at that.
But,
That's his signature right there, man. Forever in my
That's his
heart.
signature, yeah.
Forever in my heart. Okay, and then today my jersey, I got the Brazil. You guys see it right now, though. I wore this because my boy that gifted me this just had a baby this week. So shout out to him. Appreciate it from him. But that's my jersey today.
Who asked?
Crazy. Insane. All right. And so we got Daniel with a good jersey and Guti with a horrible jersey.
Yes, sir. Stay on the
Wow.
You got anything in the back, Daniel?
I got my boy Nay. My boy, that's Jesus. And then I can't really see, to be honest. I know that's Coutinho on one side, but that's my three boys. I know them personally.
I meant on the back of your jersey.
Oh yeah, that's Nay. You got Jesus, and you got Coutinho on this side.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
All right.
wait, is that the one you bought a minute ago, Daniel?
Nah, this one's new. This is
On
my
mic?
dad found.
Oh,
Sir!
Your dad found?
Is that
Quick glow,
found, man?
360.
What you dad's
All right.
finding?
We found it in the fucking basement.
Oh, you know what? Let me go put on the jersey real quick.
Oh my, here we go.
Well, while he's doing that, Guti, show us your loser jersey.
Can't even see
Barca,
this.
America.
Oh my.
Sure.
Wow.
Get
All right,
that
what
shit out of
jersey
here.
is John putting on?
Oh my God. What goofy
You
shit
get?
is
Are you
on
guys?
this
Are you
thing?
getting the new Barca jersey or no? You're not, right?
I don't think so.
Kinda
I don't
nice.
usually.
It's kind of your vibe though. It's Spotify. It is a Spotify one.
I do.
Yo,
You know
everybody-
what? I will show you this PK jersey I actually just got. Hold on.
Everybody watching this, if you
Whoa.
can find a Venezia jersey
Man
for sale
City.
for the new season, give me that shit.
Got this
Please.
PK jersey.
Oh my.
Where you find that?
Well, hold on, give me 1 second.
About that?
Yeah.
That's a nice one. That's from what? 2018, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
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 2018 something.
They go. I don't know. 'cause
Wow, Man City.
You love
Hey.
Spotify. You love Spotify. So I just figured that you would get the new one. I mean, that's your
I do love Spotify, but I just
It would-
hate Apple Music.
low
more
key.
than
Would have
anything.
been cool. Would have been really cool. Like if you guys got like we'll see what happens. Like if if like an artist that's with Spotify drops like an album, like you guys will have like a little stitch on it on your jersey. Like that would be pretty cool if that was the thing that you guys did.
Oh, like a collab.
Yeah, well, like like some artists are like Spotify, like like they do more Spotify stuff. So I'd say I think like Bad Bunny is more Spotify type of person. So like
don't
like
know,
imagine if his jersey, imagine when he came out with his album, you guys would have like a Bad Bunny passenger jersey. That would be pretty fire.
Barca would get a lot of fans. Although I think I remember I saw some Bad Bunny. He's not saying if he's a Barca or a Madrid fan. He says
he
it
didn't say-
divides his fans.
Yeah, he didn't say it. But like
Smart choice.
he was being questioned by Real Madrid fans, so maybe he didn't want to say Barcelona because they were doing like an interview they were doing like a promotion for his album.
Mm.
So maybe that's why.
What were we talking about?
Bad Bunny, Daniel, and how
Bad Bunny fire.
well we're talking about music, so you can't get involved. Obviously,
Oh, music. I can talk about music.
no, you can't talk about music when you say 21 Smith. You can't talk about music.
I agree.
All right, Daniel. All right, so we're gonna start with top 10 center mids. We were supposed to actually do center mid DMs, but no one wanted to do the podcast last week.
Whoa. I was available.
It was me and John.
That's crazy.
Actually, it was me and Guti. It was actually me and Guti last week.
That's
It was me and
crazy.
Guti. It was me and
That's
Guti. It was me and Guti.
crazy.
It was me and Guti. It was me and Guti. I took it back. I took it back. It was just me and you. And we tried not to film with two people, but so we did a new episode last week for July 4th. But today we got all midfielders. This was kind of tough to make, but I'm gonna start, and then let's see how. I think this is gonna be a very hot one, personally.
I agree. I think it's gonna be hot.
Personally. All right, so I'm gonna start. So my number 10 is gonna be Conte. He I don't know. I think he was hurt, but I think he's had a bad season. Like just overall, like we talked about it, but I think he's still like good enough where I'm like, yeah, he'll be top 10 next season. You get what I'm saying? Like yeah, he had a bad season, but we know what he can do. And he dropped down on my list a lot. Like last year in this list, he probably would have been top 4, but just off that last season, he struggled with injuries and all that. So that's why for me, he goes down to 10. He barely makes it on this list. And for the order, we can go me, and then it can be Guti, Daniel, and then John Joe.
I mean, I guess, but he barely played this season, to be fair.
Yeah,
So.
I couldn't look at the percentages.
He
barely
played
more than
this
50
season.
though. He played more than 50 though.
I think it's like teetering right there. It's like right over. I mean, I agree with you. He's definitely still there, like in the top 10. But I think it was just more inconsistent, like game time than anything. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't prime Conte. Prime Conte was that last season, man, insane. But for my number 10, I'm not sure if you elaborated, but we're doing center mid CDMs and cams.
Yep.
And my first one here is a cam. I think Mason Mount for 10.
Mason Mount.
Yep.
I
think he's
Mason Mount.
I know.
He's a right winger though.
No, he's not.
He's like a midfielder.
Nah, but majority of this season he played right winger.
That's not true.
That's very
What are you
true.
talking about?
That's
Stop.
very true. Are
I'll
you not
pull it
doing
right
your
now.
research? I'm looking it up right now. I gotta.
This is a new addition, but that's cap.
I'm pretty sure he would have made my list. I just didn't have him because he played mostly right wing. I'm 99% sure.
No, he's only had seven total appearances ever at right winger.
Okay, but that starts.
Okay, but you can that's not fair. You
I think
can't
it's
like
midfielder.
there's
I
not
think
you can't be
he's
like
fundamentally a
every
midfielder.
halftime he switches
He's
to
the
right
same
wing.
thing. All right, he's the same thing like in Cuckoo. He's the same thing like in Cuckoo.
That's true though. That's
Although he played more,
no,
and Cuckoo played more forward, but he's like
no.
in that
Okay,
same
Tell
thing.
me this. You can't tell me De Bruyne isn't a midfielder just because he ends up really just being second striker or center forward.
Well, last year he was center forward. Last year he would have been a center forward.
Yeah, but even last year, even though he was playing center forward, I wouldn't say he wasn't a midfielder.
So why you play?
Besides
I'll allow it.
Whatever.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, he's fine.
Whatever. Mason Mount.
He's been a midfielder.
Mason Mount, I think he is just right there at 10. Honestly, like 10 to 15, like it is really hard to argue, but I think Mason Mount's one of those players that's always just been like pretty good for Chelsea, and especially like considering the fact that Lukaku couldn't meet up to the standards that they wanted him to. So I think it's fair to put him there.
Yeah,
Nice.
I like that. I would have had him.
Well,
I would have had him on my list if we are kind of him as a camp personally, but he did not make my list.
He wouldn't have made my list anyways.
I kind of have him as a right wing. I think if I kind of hit a cam, he definitely would have made my list for sure. But all right, Daniel, go ahead.
All right, it's funny because we all got Chelsea players as our number 10. I also put Conte because I love Conte. Conte is probably my favorite midfielder of this generation, and it would be unfair. It would be unfair if I did the whole Neymar not being in the top 10 because he's one of the greatest in the world. I wouldn't do that to Conte either. He deserves to be there.
Is that what you were talking about before the show? Did you put Neymar on this list?
No,
nah, you didn't. Okay. Wait, what? Okay.
I just love how you have to sneak Neymar in there.
For context, Daniel before the show told us that there was one player that did not play 50% of his minutes, but he still made it because he is that good.
He might have played like exactly 50% of his minutes.
That's what
Conte was like right there.
Conte was close,
Conte
but okay. That was what we were talking about though, right?
No, it wasn't Conte. It was somebody else. But what's it called? Conte is just when he does play, he's like one of those players that if he plays bad, the whole team is gonna probably play bad alongside him. He's the type of player that when he plays good, he brings the whole team with him, and they usually succeed because of that. We saw that last season, and I'm sure, like you said, when he starts playing again, he's going to do the same thing. And Chelsea's already really great, so it's going to be pretty scary. So yeah, he's my number 10.
I think that's fair.
Well, for my number 10, I put Busquets.
Busquets.
Yeah. Busquets is still, in my opinion, a very crucial part of Barca's midfield. Without like whenever he doesn't play in Barca, they're kind of a mess. Not gonna lie. He still contributes a lot. He still puts in those great passes for the attack, and he's still very good defensively, honestly. So yeah, I put
It's a
Busquets
tough one,
at
but
number
I
10.
respect. I respect.
That's not bad, but I didn't have him on the list just because I think every player that I picked over him is better. Personally, he would have made my list if we were doing tournaments and CDM. So that was it. He would have made my list, but
He makes my top 20, but I still don't think I'd put him top 10.
for tournaments and CDMs, I think so.
Oh,
think
for
you would.
Semis and DMs?
Like I'm saying, like if we did DMs and just
Actually,
tournaments,
yeah.
he would have made the list.
Actually, I
For
don't remember.
sure.
Did
He
I?
might. He might.
I
yeah.
don't think you can tell me like 9 midfielders that you can be like. I don't think you can tell me 10 that are better. Like you're like, yeah, I'll definitely.
No,
take them
I
over.
don't remember. I don't remember if I had him in my original list or not. Cause
Like yeah,
last week
he's
I had my
not.
list.
I consider him like not washed, but like it's not as good anymore. Not that good anymore, but he's still a very crucial part, and
Yeah.
he's still a good
The-
player.
The
Just
problem with
not-
those players is that's really hard to quantify like how good they do sometimes. Cause it's like if you don't notice them, that's like how you kind of know that they've been doing good. And if you do know some, it's either a mistake or like a goal, which they like almost never score, you know?
Well, I kind of see Busquets as like I guess you're right in that way. I see Busquets as like Cruz. Like Cruz is like I think he didn't make my list, and he probably would have made my list if I did center mids and CDMs. Like he's not what he used to be, and like he's definitely like not like nowhere near his prime, but he's still a very crucial player and still a very good player. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
just nowhere to the caliber of like the rest of these players.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Let's keep going because we're still at 10. It's gonna take a fucking minute.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
Oh
We're
my
gonna
God.
be.
Daniel, are you in a
Look,
rush or something?
Look,
Daniel, sit up
all
because I
I'm
can't even
saying-
see you on your camera right now.
No. I'm not saying I'm in a rush. Look, all I'm saying is that when we get up this list, this is gonna get more controversial. If we stay stuck at 10, it's gonna be
Alright.
bad.
That's
John,
true.
um,
Damn, man.
John just says it's 9 as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My 9 is Casemiro.
I think that's very low.
Ooh,
I'm disappointed.
Mm.
I'm
That's
disappointed.
low.
by
Yeah, I have
you
him
there.
higher.
That's
I have him
low.
higher.
All right,
I
but
have him much
I don't-
higher.
I don't rate him as high as these other players, but he's like great defensively. Like, but I don't see him other than that.
You
Like,
better
he's
have.
just
You
great
better not have Rodri
defensively.
higher up in this list.
listen. I'm not mad that you have him low. I just gotta see what you have above him.
If you have
Okay.
Rodri above him, man,
That's
just
a lot
unfair.
of people. That's a lot
That's
of people.
unfair.
That's a lot of people that you have.
If you have
kinda-
Kessie above him, that's unfair too, man.
I don't think Cassia should be anywhere near this
The
list.
fuck? You have Kessie on your list?
No, I'm saying if you have
Who
Kessie,
said?
he's not on my
Oh,
list.
yeah, no one said anything about. Oh my God! Daniel. All right, Daniel. Go.
Crazy.
Okay. Alright. We move.
All right, my
Go,
number
Daniel.
9. Now this is the controversial player I was talking about. This is I have Thiago as my number 9, and
Oh.
I think that Thiago, even though he may not have played a lot of games, he was still insane when he did play. Like he
True.
was a walking highlight reel this season, and I love that. He's my number 9, and I would have had him higher honestly if it wasn't for the fact that he played less games. I would have had him like probably close to the top 5, somewhere around there.
You kind of scared me.
But-
Okay. Thiago's
Okay.
acceptable. I thought by the play, the way you were talking about that player, I thought you were talking about like I don't know, like gay or something like that,
Oh no!
or like what's
That's what I'm saying, though, like,
or
the
Joe
player
Ellington.
is-
I thought you were talking about Joe
I'm
Ellington or
saying,
something.
like,
That was
he was
My
someone
God.
you wouldn't get mad at having Thiago in the top 10, even if he didn't
Yeah.
play as like 50% because he did that
No,
good.
but-
Like he was really
but-
good.
but the rules were 50%, but he did play more than 50%. I'm sure. Pretty sure.
Did he? No,
Yeah,
I
I'm
just,
pretty sure
I
he
just checked here. He
I'm
played
pretty
like
sure he did.
1,500 minutes in the Prem, which is
Yeah,
like,
but then he played in the Champions League. He played like every game in the Champions League. Yeah.
I think he's good. Chilling.
We didn't play all full 90 in the Champions League, that's for sure.
He played a lot though. Like I'm sure he played.
He played 10
over-
games, 600 minutes, which is like
Well, what?
66%.
That's good.
He's right there.
He's chilling.
I'm sure he
Whatever.
played over that.
I'm not mad.
He's
It's
still
okay.
amazing. So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Alright.
All right, next.
My 9 is Declan Rice.
Jesus
I think,
Christ, good team, man. What's wrong with you picking all these players, man?
What do you mean, man?
Like
Bro,
you had
sometimes,
Slaughterback, got Sam back, and now you got
bro,
Declan
sometimes
Rice.
you guys forget that you need players that aren't just good, but are good this season, bro. And Declan Rice hasn't just been good this season. He's been
No,
good
man.
like the last 2 seasons. And
Yeah.
every single transfer window, they want Declan Rice.
Okay,
They
but,
want
like,
him. And West Ham
everyone
keeps
just
fighting
wants
to keep
everyone
him.
though. Everyone just wants everyone though. every
That's
transfer.
100%.
Like, what do you mean?
That's not true. We want Dembele to be sold and nobody's even getting him.
You don't want Dembele to be sold. You want to keep Dembele. What are you talking about?
I don't want. Well, I'm okay. I don't want to keep Dembele.
Dembele
but
is
I
free.
like
Dembele is free. He's like out of contract.
exactly, and nobody wants him still.
But I'm saying like if he leaves, like you guys don't gain anything. Or if he stays, like you guys just
What
get
we
him.
gain is not having to pay more wages, but he did get dropped. Okay, regardless, I think
yeah.
Declan Rice is a good player, and I think it's fair to put him there because him and Suchek they just kind of kept West Ham together. Like I haven't looked at the West Ham team and been like, oh my god, like this player is gonna make a huge impact. Like, who was their latest this season? Was it the beginning of the season? Was it Buendia? Was Buendia? Did he just join?
Buendia joined Aston Villa.
Aston
Last
Villa. I
year.
always get those confused. Okay, never mind. But like, I don't know. West Ham just doesn't convince me of anything. But Suchek and Declan Rice kind of keep them together for, I guess, staying in the middle of the table pretty much, honestly. But yeah, I think he's really good. I rate him highly.
Okay.
Declan Rice is pretty good.
I just gotta see. All right. I'm not mad at you. Actually, I think something just came out about Dembele. Okay. So they're still in agreement. They're just waiting. No. No, they're just waiting on Barca to approve it. But he's in agreement. They're just waiting for Barca to say if they want to sign him or not. All right, my number 9. This might be a little low, but I was kind of freaking out on my list. I've actually just the more I think about it, the more I kind of feel bad for putting. Actually, I'm gonna switch it up. At number 9, I'm gonna put Verratti.
Wow, that's crazy. You basically steal my players.
I really do like every player above him better, personally. But I just made a switch. He played good in the Champions League. Same thing with like all the other PSG players. They played good in the Champions League. Like Verratti played really good though against us in the round 16. He played really good. He was the one player that I was like, dang, like I didn't know like he had it like that. And in the group stage, he played well. Like he's just a good player, solid player. PSG player though. I can't really. Yeah, I like I already said, I don't watch PSG too much. I'll watch him more this season.
Yeah, Verratti's
So
good.
next year,
Verratti's
so
good.
next year when this list comes around, then I'll be more harsh on them because I would have watched him. But he's there 9 because he's good. My number 8 is Goretzka. That's why I just flipped. I just pretty much just swapped.
Ooh, okay.
Goretzka's good, but like I said, I haven't watched too much Bayern, but I know he's done good. Like the games I've watched, he played well. He was a great player. I think he's always been a great player ever since he joined Bayern. Like 7 years ago, he's always been solid. Just a great player. I think every team would love to have a Goretzka. Like every team can fit a Goretzka on a team. He's just such a good player.
Very fair player. I personally would reflip it, I guess, the way you originally had it. I think Verratti's probably better. But I don't know. I mean, whatever.
Maybe, but it's
yeah.
tough. It's just tough because of the league that they play in. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tough. Like I'm not.
Yeah, like I
sitting there-
don't really watch him like that. Like I know
I'm-
Verratti's been like the best midfielder for PSG for quite a while now.
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
And Gretzka hasn't been the best midfielder,
Right.
but he's been really good, So but
Yeah, and Verratti
okay,
did
I
good against
respect.
us and like against Man City and stuff. He played well, but I just, like I just don't watch him enough to put him there. And maybe that's my bad. Then I gotta watch him more. But that's why I just flopped him.
Okay. My 8 is Conte. I mean, you guys already talked about him. He's great. I was defending him earlier. I think you didn't have the best season, mostly because his game time was just very inconsistent. But like we know what Conte can do, and he's definitely better than Declan Rice, that's for sure. Yeah, so that's my number 8.
You don't have to tell me, man. I know. I know, man. I know, man.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Daniel.
All right, my number 8, and my number 8 is I don't like putting this guy here, but it's Tony Cruz. I actually really I'm considering even flipping Thiago and Tony Cruz because I do like Thiago better. But Cruz, I mean, he did play more, and I don't like him, but he does his job. I can't lie. His job is to do those horizontal, balancing the game, slowing the game down passes. His job is to slow the game down, and he does it pretty well. He does it really well.
That's such
I
a
don't
bad
like
take
him.
from you, Daniel.
The horizontal
I don't like him,
passes.
but I don't like him, but he's
Horizontal.
there. He's good. He's one of the best at doing what he does. No one can really do horizontal passes like him, so he's good. I do wish I could flip him and Thiago though, for real. 'Cause I do like Thiago better, but yeah, he's there.
Okay.
Daniel
I'm
just
surprised.
despawned.
Yeah, Daniel's the one that hates Tony Cruz the
Right here.
most. Like, I mean, I don't know if anyone else hates him, but like, you definitely hate Tony Cruz. But somehow, I'm pretty sure you're like the only one that he's the only one that made like your list was the only one that Cruz was in out of all of us. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, I had to make sure he was low though.
I guess. I guess.
Bro,
You forgot someone. You forgot someone because 2 of the players that you put in your list that did not make my list, and we're already at 7. You forgot someone pretty important. You forgot someone pretty important up there.
You think
I
so?
think you forgot someone
I don't
really
think
big.
so. I don't think so. Because
Did-
after
did
this, it gets pretty spicy.
Did Verratti make
At
your
least for
list?
Verratti, he didn't actually.
Did Goretzka make your list?
Goretzka didn't, no.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I think there's
So-
players
Wow.
better than those guys. Like Thiago,
Okay.
I think he did better. Hold on, give me a second.
Wow.
I
can't believe this.
originally-
I can't believe this. I really can't believe this. I can't.
I originally had I originally had Verratti, but I didn't have Goretzka. I honestly kind of forgot about him. But I also think, I mean, this is an unfair like thing to say, but Goretzka is the worst midfielder that Bayern has, like starting midfielder. I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
That's-
Yes.
That sounds really weird to say,
Yes,
but I
no,
think
yes,
so.
Now I'm back.
Yes.
Like if we're saying Muller and Kimmich
Mhm.
are the other two, then for sure, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
For their respective positions, for sure. I mean, Goretzka's great, but don't get me
Nah,
wrong.
but
think-
I think that Conte did better. He was my number 10. I do think that Conte didn't do better, but he is better. I think that Thiago did better. I think that Cruz did better this season, particularly than Verratti and Goretzka. That's why I just wanted to clear up. They're not in my top 10. And the other players also did better that I have going forward.
Here's why. I'll tell you why I didn't put Cruz. There was a lot of games this year that Cruz just was not it. I love Cruz. I love Cruz. I really
Wow.
love him. But there was just a lot of games like that you could feel like his look in the final. Cruz was
There's
phenomenal.
too many horizontal
Right.
passes.
Listen. In the final,
It's
Cruz
too
was
many.
phenomenal. Against Chelsea, first leg, Cruz phenomenal. Against Man City, both legs, especially the first leg, Cruz phenomenal. Like, but there were some games like that you he was too slow, right? Like then I'm saying like he's just too low. He can't be there. Like like there was if we're playing a team that's pressing us high. That's good because he can get rid of the ball. But like if the other teammates aren't connecting, then he can't be on the field because he's too slow. Like he's not like a great defender. And he's not a fast person either. Like at least if you're fast, you can get in positions. But he's not fast. He's not a great defender. He doesn't read. Like okay, for example, like Busquets. Busquets isn't the fastest, but he can read where you're gonna want to pass the ball, what your movements are gonna be. So Busquets can do that. Cruz is not as good as doing that. So when his passing is off, like he can't be on the field because he's not impacting the game in any way. So that's what I could have put in there. I complained a lot this season about Cruz, and although he was, like I said, he was really good in those big games. Like he wasn't good against PSG. Against PSG, he should have been on the field in both legs. He wasn't doing anything, right? Like when Valverde came in there, that's when we were different. But that's why I couldn't put myself to put him in there. Personally.
That's the beauty of having Camavinga on the bench too.
Come on, boom. Oh,
Yeah, that's true. But like
Just disappear.
They just part time into it. They just is a
Get
part time.
swallowed
What
up.
you mean, bro? I'm getting water.
All right. So
But
I
I
don't know.
think I think Cruz is one of those players that like I see a lot more like good moments from him rather than like good games. Like he has solid games, but not like holy shit, like that was a great game from Cruz. It's more like okay, he did okay.
Yeah,
Like, but
he
didn't do
has a lot of
terrible.
solid. He has a lot of solid games. But a lot of games. Think about it. A lot of games we have the ball, and like teams are impressing
hope so.
us, right? Like we're passing the ball around. So like if you keep constantly passing the ball around, you're not gonna be like. And he doesn't like. He's not. It's not even like he attacks. So like he won't like be setting up like amazing passes. He's just helping there control the game, control the ball. Now you could tell
Right.
like against Liverpool, he was great against Liverpool. Like that was a phenomenal game for him because they were pressing us. And every single time they pressed us, he was able to distribute the ball, properly. You get what I'm saying? But like most games, we're not gonna have teams pressing us. Like we're gonna keep passing the ball around. So he's gonna have solid games most of the time. You won't ever be like, oh, he's gonna have a great game. But like when we are playing against teams that press us, then that's when you can tell. Like against Chelsea, Chelsea's a press team, and he was able to help us get out of the press every time, like quickly and so that those are the games. So like I do agree with you though. Like he doesn't have like he won't have phenomenal games like back to back to back to back. Like for example, like someone like Modric could. Modric could have 5 phenomenal games back to back to back because he's more more involved.
Yeah.
But I don't think like he won't have like a horrible game. Like he just have solid games. And maybe every now and then he has a horrible game. Just like how every now and then he has a great game. It just depends. He's getting old. He's getting older.
Yeah.
All right, who were we left? I forgot.
I don't even know who we
Yeah,
were.
I think it's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number
Okay.
8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
number 8.
yeah.
I put Goretzka. We
Okay.
already talked about him, so yeah, very solid, very solid. Number 7, I put Verratti. We already talked about him as well. But yeah, he's very good for PSG. He's been consistent for I don't know how many years for PSG, and yeah, so he's been very solid.
Okay. I like those picks. All right, Daniel.
Number 7,
Mm-hmm.
after Cruz, Verratti as well. I don't got
Okay.
much to say about him. I don't got much to say about any PSG player, to be honest.
Daniel, that's your team
Whoa.
though. That's your team.
That is
Daniel.
your
by,
team.
by the way, Daniel
Crazy.
is our PSG fan on the podcast here.
Now I'm a PSG fan.
You are?
I could,
Yes,
I could
you
talk
are.
About,
You
I could talk
literally
about
said it.
Neymar's impact. I could talk about Neymar's impact, but I
Oh
don't care
my
about nobody
God.
else
Oh
on the
my
team.
Bro,
God.
if there was a dick riding contest, you win. I'm sorry, you fucking win. Listen. I'm not gonna say I will get close.
I do the same
I'll
for
get
Vinny.
close with I would get close with Darth Vader. But like you would win. You beat me by fucking miles. Like I get nowhere near you. You dick ride Neymar so hard, man.
Bro, I do the same with Vinny because he's freaking nasty. Any Brazilian player, they deserve the credit.
Nah. Neymar's different. No, Neymar's different. You're different.
Because Neymar's the best Brazilian
Neymar is
player
different.
of this generation. He is.
I mean, what's the generation like?
If
how many years of
Venezuela or Colombia, when James is doing good, you guys are sucking his cock too. It's just literally freaking. It's your country, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Not as much
Yeah,
as
but
you,
not
man.
like that. Not like that. Like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
like no one can criticize Neymar. No one can
James
criticize
wasn't
Neymar
Neymar.
without you. Oh my God. Okay.
James
Alright.
isn't as good as Neymar.
You don't hear me talking about James playing in whatever the fucking league he plays now,
Yeah?
the sad league or some shit.
Oh, Chipotle. Yeah, hold on, give me a second.
We have a guest appearance.
all right. So Daniel said he said Verratti is 7,
He's
right?
never out to, yeah.
All right. So before I go on, I actually want to retract somebody because I completely forgot about this guy, and I think he's better than Declan Rice. I think
Who we
I
think
wanted
it
to
was?
say SMS.
SMS.
I think
Oh, I forgot.
he
about him.
actually had a stellar season, and like I had
All
him
right, I'm
like
back. Holy
on a
shit, dude.
short list, but I completely forgot to put him in there. So I'm gonna put him just there. I mean, I don't really know. He's just been top class for like a lot of years now. Definitely a world class midfielder.
Yeah,
I think so.
I honestly, he didn't even come up to my mind. So
Yeah, that's the thing. Like usually, like it just
Yeah.
doesn't. But like he's been pretty consistent.
yeah,
Anyways, so my 7, I put Rodri. I don't know if he should be any higher, really, but I'm looking at the rest of his list, and probably not. But yeah, man, Rodri's really good, dude. Like his passing, I think, is very underrated. I think overall, uh, Man City just kind of Guardiola just finds a way to pick a specific player and just make them play at their best level. And I think he's been playing amazing. I think he's very solid.
I
Mhm.
agree with you. I agree with you.
That's my 7.
My turn, right? It's my turn.
Yeah.
My seven was Mueller. You know, I know him. I don't think that's a here's why I don't think that's a bad take, because I think every player above him, I think it's better. Like maybe it's just my team formation. Like maybe it's just how I like my teams to be built, which does play a factor into this, right? Like, you know, if I like a player, how they play a certain way. But I put Mueller. I know he had a great season. I know he actually had a great season. He, like always, I feel like he's one of the most underrated players in football every year. Like I feel like he never
For
gets the
sure.
respect
I think he's the
that-
most
that-
underrated in
that
my
he needed.
opinion.
Maybe, possibly, but I mean, we just forgot SMS. We remember Mueller, but we forgot SMS. So,
No,
like,
no,
I
no.
mean, you know what I'm
Mueller's
saying?
different, man.
But Mueller's he's great. He's always been great with Germany. He's always been great with Bayern Munich, and he puts stats. That's all he does. Scores goals, gets assists. So he's 7 on my list.
Okay.
6 on my
good.
list. 6 on my list. I'm actually a little disappointed by how this person finished the season, because he started the season so good, but he ended off not as good. I remember I traded for him in FPL, and I thought he was gonna take me to the promised land. I did get the promised land, but I'm gonna have Bernardo Silva. He started off the season really good. He just towards the end, he just wasn't the same. Like he wasn't as good as he was in the first half, which to me,
For
like
sure.
it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But he was great. He was. I put him at 6. I traded for him, and then I think he only got 2 goal or 4 goal contributions, maybe like the last 12 weeks of the season. Little disappointed. Still won the league though. Shout out the Patria Venezolana. We're coming back later this year. You know us.
What?
You know us.
Bernardo Silva? Wait,
Yeah, I
what?
traded for him. Remember when I traded for him from Diego? I'm not Diego, Gio.
Oh no, okay. No, yeah, I got you. I thought you were just like trying to say that
I
like
wish.
Silva was
I
repping
wish he was
Venezuela.
Venezuelan.
I was like,
I wish he was Venezuelan. My God, he'd be the best player ever. Are you kidding
who
me?
got hard?
Are you kidding me, man? All right.
Wow, insane.
All right, go ahead, Gucci.
I'm 6, right?
Yeah, 6.
I put Casemiro. I think this is like anything above this. I don't think he's okay. I'd say like plus or minus 2 on the top 10, honestly. Like I could see him being maybe 4th, but I could also see him just as much maybe being 8th, depending on how you like argue things. And also because at the same time, my list, I want it to be a good balance, you know, like the best players in the world
Yeah.
every year will always be like strikers because they're the ones scoring goals. But like
Right.
it's so hard to quantify these other guys that aren't like scoring like every single year. However, an exception would be like Casemiro last year for you guys. He was like basically your goal scorer, which is so weird.
Second.
Now we're
yeah,
talking
second
about
goal
this
scorer.
season, but even then this season, he did pretty solid and he does the role that he's, you know, meant to fulfill, which is, you know, what John Joe talked about. He's a great amazing defender. He's very tactically aware. He's very smart. And I guess last season showed that if he really wanted to, he could kind of step up and score, even though that's not really his main role.
It was also
He can
because
score. He does it for
We
Brazil.
talked about his passing a little bit like off of the podcast one time. I can't remember who we were comparing him to. I think Busquets probably.
Rodri. We're comparing him to Rodri.
Rodri,
I
that's
know
what it
exactly
was.
what conversation we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean Casemiro, I'm assuming his passing is
You switched up
quite
though.
good.
You switched up because you have him above Rodri.
Yeah, I did, but they're like neck and neck. Like they're literally next to each other. That's why I said plus or minus 2 because like I'm not sure. It's really hard. I think it just depends how you want to build your team. Like if you want a DM, usually you don't need him to do a bunch of playmaking, usually.
Right.
But like Barca has a playmaking DM, Bayern has a playmaking DM, but like Conte isn't necessarily your playmaking DM at Chelsea, you know? It just kind of
Yeah.
depends what you want to do. So yeah, I think it's fair for him to be there.
One thing last season, he was also our one of our top goal scorers because like we didn't have anyone else that could fucking put the ball in the back of the net. Like that I mean that was also like
Vinny,
another thing.
man,
Like,
Vinny.
Vinny was.
man, Vinny was awful. Vinny was awful 2 years ago. It was awful, so bad, so bad. He was awful. Asensio is awful, man. The whole team was just awful, honestly. The whole team was just poor.
Yeah, Ramsey
Asensio.
was
Asensio.
ass.
It was just poor 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
I'm
It was
sorry.
really bad.
I don't know how you
Asensio,
guys won Champions League out of nowhere.
they rumored Real Madrid want 50 mil for him, by the way. That's
Who?
so much money for Asensio.
Overpriced.
So much money. If
I
they
guess
get
he's
50
staying then.
listen, if they get 50 mil, man,
That
Papa
is a
Paris,
lot.
man. Papa Paris,
That
man.
is so much for him.
I-
What the
So,
hell?
Me and Jordan are talking about it. I think 30 plus like 10 mils in bonuses would be okay. Or like 25 plus 15 in bonuses would be okay. Like, I think that'll be a fair amount of money right now. With only 2 years left on his deal. 30 plus like 10 mils in add-ons. That's not a bad price for him.
They want
A lot.
50. He's staying then.
I mean, he's still pretty young, and I guess like Paris
He's
is probably gonna
shown-
be like, I don't know,
Not the
like,
same after his
oh,
ACL,
you know,
though.
he doesn't play that much. Like the only reason he doesn't have better stats is because he's just not playing as much, which is, I mean, true. But I wouldn't play that much anyway.
Ola Asensio was just so good, man. I wish he never tore his ACL because he was so good. Like
He
Like
should
that
he should have
season-
gone to Orlando Health.
Well, no, is a good place to go.
last season the season before he tore his ACL, he was like playing good. Like he wasn't getting goals and assists, but he was like getting himself in position. And I think if he had one more season, he really would have blossomed into a star. But he did tear his ACL and then just not the same. All right, Daniel.
number 6.
We know you're in a rush, so
Crazy. Number 6, I got Fabinho.
I actually didn't have him on my list. I forgot about him.
I've definitely remembered him. He's not-
Oh, you
yeah,
just didn't put him.
6.
I just
He would
didn't
have.
put him.
I don't know if he would have made my list. I'm not mad at it though. I knew you had to get a Brazilian in here somewhere.
Oh, there's plenty. There's plenty.
I remembered him, but I didn't want to put him on my list.
Plenty.
Yeah, I
Nah,
mean,
he's good. He's
why
good.
is he there,
There's-
Daniel? Why is he there?
I
What's
think
your
there's like
argument?
1 or 2 more. Fabinho's there because Liverpool are really good.
2 more.
And look. Kind of like
Oh, okay,
kind of like
okay.
wait.
I get it.
Kind of like how Rodri kind of fits his role into Manchester City and how Guardiola brings the best out of him. I feel like it's the same for Fabinho because when he plays for Brazil, he's a little underwhelming. He's not the same as he is for Liverpool. And that's looking like kind of a Klopp thing. Like the Brazilians who play for Klopp are just better than what they do for Brazil, which is kind of annoying. But it is what it is. And for Liverpool, he is good. So you got to give him his credit. So, yeah, he's my number 6.
Yeah, let's cry about how many.
Wait, do you have
fucking-
any? You don't have any more Brazilian DMs?
He
do
should have
you?
one more. He should have one
I
more.
do.
He should have one more.
I
He
do.
should have one more. One more. 2 more is kind of crazy. One more, I understand.
One more. I think it's one more. Let me see.
Okay, cool. Because
Did he say
Casemiro, he has.
Casemiro already?
Nah, he has to say Casemiro.
Nah, I haven't
He has
said
to
it
Oh,
say
yet.
okay. I thought he did.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, whatever.
But honestly, Daniel, you're just a little baby, man. Oh no, look at that, man. We don't have one Brazilian doesn't play good for Brazil, man. So underwhelming, man.
Hey, Firmino is a different story. He's
Oh,
just
look at
trash.
that. Look at that
He's just
Firmino,
ass.
man.
Well,
Wow,
Firmino's trash in and out, man. I don't even know.
man.
how
Yeah.
he just got
Brazilians are so spoiled, like with players. Like, bro, shut up,
Nah,
Hey.
Fabinho's doing better for us, though. He's going to do good in the World Cup. It's fine.
bro.
it's
I
fine.
would love Fabinho on my team. You kidding me?
Yeah,
Are
Yeah,
you
he's
kidding
good.
me, man?
Well, your team is just absolutely mudded, man. There's-
Yeah, I love
I think
Fabinho
you'd
too,
take
man.
anyone.
I'd take any non-starting Brazilian on the fucking Colombian team.
We're a baseball country. We're a baseball country, so
A baseball country.
we really are a
Um,
baseball country. We really are a baseball country. We have a top
Even
3
then,
player.
Dominicans are probably better
We have-
and shit.
Dominicans are better. Dominicans are definitely better. But like we're definitely up there. Like I would say USA. Actually, Dominican Republic I say is better than USA, and then it'll probably be the USA, and then maybe Puerto Rico, and then us. Us and Puerto Rico, you can change because we do produce a lot. Like we have a
Y
top.
Colombia.
Nah, we have like a top 5 pitcher in baseball. And we have a top 3 player in baseball. So, like we are a baseball country, and we produce baseball
All
players.
right, sure. I'm not here to argue.
I can hang
baseball,
that. I
so-
can hang that. I can hang that on my back.
Okay,
Tell me.
okay. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Bueno,
okay,
bueno.
no one cares.
All right. Who is it next? I think it's you, John, right?
Oh, is it
Are we
me?
losing?
What-
I thought we
Yeah.
lost him.
Where are
We're
we
losing
on?
him. Oh, we're losing him.
Oh, I'm DCing, man. I'm DCing.
He's
Nah,
been
that's
seeing-
fine.
It's him. It's him. It's him. It's him. It's him. It's him. It's him.
It's me. It's me.
All right.
It's not,
Nah,
it's
it's
not
him.
you. It's me.
It's him. He's frozen. He's frozen. He's frozen. It's definitely him. All right. Well, are you back?
I'm
Huh?
good.
Are you back, John?
Sandro?
Yeah.
Okay. So say you're 6 because you were frozen that whole time.
Rodri, yeah.
Okay. So you take him over
Um,
Casemiro?
Any day of the month.
Okay. All right.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
I just don't
As he
agree.
wears a
That's
Man
fair.
City jersey.
I think that's fair. I just don't agree as well. I just don't agree as
I
well.
don't agree with that.
That's tough. I think it depends on either one. I mean, I don't know.
Like I said
I
earlier, this is
respect
about how you like if you like your team to build more around passing, then I get it. But yeah, it's also there was always gonna be bias in this list, like about not team, but like how do you like a player that plays better. All right. What
Mhm.
about 5?
5, I have Mueller.
Wow, Mueller.
Yeah.
Muller's high for
Very
you guys.
consistent every year.
Did Muller even make your
Yes.
list?
No,
Muller's
Mueller didn't make
high.
my list.
Oh my
Muller's
god!
it's at 5.
Damn.
Muller's good.
Muller's
kidding me,
great,
Daniel?
but I mean, bro, like
Man.
Hey, he's young. Nah, man, he's a joke, man. He's a joke. He's a joke. Nah, there's a joke. There's a joke. There's a joke. I can't.
what do you mean?
He just wait. Is Daniel here? Okay, yeah, Daniel's here.
He's back. He's back. It's a joke, man. It's a joke.
What happened?
Oh my god.
Just
Did I
mid
just talk?
conversation, man.
Did I cut off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Alright,
was just
who's
saying
your
that I
5?
can't put him above any of my top 5. I can't.
But you didn't
Alright,
make
let's
him
see your
your top
top 5
10.
then.
He didn't make your top 10
didn't.
though.
I have
Why?
Thiago over him. I have Cruz over him. I have Conte over him. I have Fabinho over him. They just have better
Nah,
seasons.
man. Nah, man.
How can you say
Nah,
better
man,
seasons?
nah,
man?
nah,
No.
nah.
That
I'm
last
out.
part
And
was
there's better
unnecessary.
players.
No.
There's better players.
That last part was unnecessary.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Bro, Cruz, look, I hate to say it, but Cruz,
I hate to
Thiago
hear it,
did
man.
better in the games that he played. Conte, I just think he is better. Fabinho did better. Like Rodri did better. Like,
Fabinho?
these guys are just yes, Fabinho. Fabinho was in the Champions League final.
So what?
Liverpool was second in the
What?
league, and he was literally their starting defensive mid. He was the defensive.
What are we
mid.
talking about here, though? Like, what are we talking about? Seriously, like, what do you mean?
What
The
are you
Champions
talking
League-
about?
The Champions League final, you just don't get there, like, because Fabinho. Like, I mean, they it's not like they
Exactly.
didn't
I'm
have
not saying
they
just
had
'cause
Salah
Fabinho.
and Mane.
Okay, that's crazy. Okay, that's cool, but they had Mueller and freaking Lewandowski, and they couldn't make it. Like, come on, there's levels to this. Fabinho just had a better season. Like Mueller probably had
We'll
better
talk about it.
numbers because you guys. I
Do
know
you
you guys
know-
love your numbers.
Do you
But-
know how? Okay. Do you know how good Mueller did though? Like, that's what I'm asking. Like, listen. If you're putting Mueller
Mueller does
above
good every
Fabinho,
year.
okay, what do you think Mueller did though? Like stat wise.
I
Tell
didn't
me
check his
this
stats,
year.
but he probably got at least 17 goals and like 15 assists.
All right. Well, I mean, if you think he had those stats and you didn't put him on your list, that's kind of crazy. All right. So here, Mueller had 8 goals and 18 assists in the
Oh,
Bundesliga. Plus, he had 4 goals in the Champions League,
okay.
and
That's
he had
cool.
1 goal in the Super
But-
Cup.
But I just think Fabinho had a better season. If this is Fabinho versus Mueller for this season, I think Fabinho was more influential. I do. Because, bro,
man, like,
Fabinho got farther.
you're making it worse. Oh, you got
Fabinho-
farther
Let's
than
move on,
what?
man. Let's move on.
You got
Bro,
farther than
Fabinho
what?
got second in the
Please.
Premier League, and he freaking
Have
got to
some
the Champions League
shame.
final. Maybe he was runner up for everything he did, but at least he's better
Mueller-
than just freaking losing halfway. Like,
Well, I guess
like,
second in Premier
okay,
League is
Mueller did
better than
alright,
first
but
in the Bundesliga because we've already.
It
know
is.
who's
It
gonna win.
is. It actually is. It genuinely
It's
is.
not because you don't get a
Second in
trophy.
the
It's
Prem.
not because you don't get a trophy.
It doesn't matter.
We don't-
You're still better.
I don't-
First
congr-
loser, man. First loser.
I don't congratulate. Hey, did Liverpool win the Champions League?
They didn't. They made it farther
Okay.
than Bayern.
We'll move
I guess-
on.
It's making it farther an achievement now. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't
It's
be.
a partial
Alright,
achievement, but
so-
this
It's
is
not
so
a
an
Villa-
terrible
achievement,
take.
but it's just in
So
comparison
Villarreal.
terms,
So it's
it's
Villarreal.
something you can use.
All right. So you're gonna tell me like Dan Juma is better than like fucking Neymar because he made it.
Okay,
farther?
that's different though. That's completely different. Because the thing is that Dan Juma, like bro, like what the hell? Like who the hell is Dan Juma compared to Neymar? Like Fabinho and Mueller, like, those are two big names. You can actually compare them. Who the hell is Dan Juma compared to
But he
Neymar?
made it further.
He made it further.
But he made it-
Exactly.
He was more
further.
influential. He was more influential.
Fabinho was. No.
That's a good point. I didn't see Neymar do anything for
Danjuma
Villarreal
is
this
not more
season.
influential. Danjuma is not more influential for Villarreal than Neymar is for PSG, and that's
Crazy.
just true.
Crazy.
It's just true.
Danjuma's one of their only few good players that they have.
Okay, but there's levels to this. Just the fact that it's Neymar and PSG just makes it
Damn,
amplified.
man. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna say. Okay. Oh, okay.
All right,
Gnabry's
let's
better
move
than
on.
Neymar.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Gnabry's better than Neymar.
Oh my-
Gnabry?
Let's not do this. Let's not do this, man.
Jesus.
Let's not
All
do
right.
this.
He
Neymar's
got further.
Yo,
he got further.
Yo,
It was more
post
influential.
that little statement Ron just made on freaking Instagram. We'll go viral.
Okay,
bro.
no,
But
I'm not. That's not,
Gnabry did better.
that's
than
not an actual statement. I'm just mocking you for the statement that you just made. Saying
For what statement? Fabinho.
Saying that
bro,
Fabinho's better than
Which
Muller.
of the
Saying
50 that he just
saying
made?
that Fabinho
Which
did
of the
better than
50?
Muller is not a hot take. He
I
had a
think
great
that's a
season.
horrible take.
Bro, bro.
How?
Horrid
Please,
take.
please,
Bro, Fabinho
please.
did amazing this season.
Okay, Muller did phenomenal.
Okay, he did great. But bro, like you can compare the teams that they played for, and Fabinho's literally just better. And they have
Fabinho's
equal
a better
influence on their
team.
teams. If
Fabinho's a
anything.
better team.
Wow. Honestly, Liverpool and Bayern, I would consider them on the same level. Fully stacked, both teams have all their players ready to play.
You're telling me
They're on
the
same
way
level.
that you're telling me the way Liverpool played this year. You're telling me they're the same level. Liverpool was amazing this
You
year.
just said they didn't accomplish anything. They got second in everything.
They didn't accomplish anything, but they lost to us
Oh
and
my
they lost
God.
to Man
Nah,
City.
you're the one contradicting
Listen,
yourself. Just
Man
shut up and
City,
move on. Just
Man
let's move
City,
on. Let's move on.
Man City's better than
on.
Liverpool, and Man City's better than Bayern. So that's why Man City got first. But Liverpool were playing better than Bayern this whole year. They won 2 cups. Like I'm not
Exactly.
like
And Liverpool was, Fabinho was a part of that team. He's literally one of the main parts of the team. He's a part of that team who got everything.
I agree with you. Listen, you're not understanding. I agree with you. But the fact that you're saying that Fabinho had a better season to me is crazy. It's so crazy.
Bro, you just said that my reasoning made sense, and now you're saying it's crazy.
No,
to believe
your
that.
reason
Oh my
makes
God.
sense.
Just stop.
Your reason doesn't make sense.
Please stop.
Listen.
Can I go
Liverpool-
make coffee or
Liverpool-
something?
Liverpool is a great team. Liverpool is a great team. But the fact that you said Fabinho had a better season than Muller is ridiculous.
It's not. It's really not, because Fabinho
It
was a part
is.
of that team. That was great. He was a part of the team that was great. He was a main part of the team that was great.
So-
Maybe
so-
not the principal part like Mane and Salah, but he was one of the biggest parts of the team. He helped Van Dijk do his job, which is, essential. He's just a big part of the team. Same way as Muller is for Bayern, but it's just Liverpool got farther. Therefore, he was more, valuable for his team. This is how it works. Same shit in the NBA. And you would know that.
Right, Fabinho's better
NBA is
'cause he
different though.
helped Van
NBA
Dijk.
is different.
That's
NBA
it.
is different. NBA is so much different. Because NBA they play in the same competition. So like that's different. But like even in NBA, like you're like, I don't know, like if you get matched up against like the best team, like and you don't win, like you lose to the best team. And that just happens. But all right, whatever. Guti, please post this one. Post this one, man. Post this one. This has
Say
to
that
go.
Fabinho's
This
better
one
than
has to
Muller. It's
go.
not that hot.
This one has to
It's
go.
not that hot.
Alright.
Where even were we? Like 5th, I think.
We're fifth. Because
Kimmich.
John Joe had Muller 5th. Wait, Daniel, what's your 5th? Did you ever say your 5th?
My 5th?
Fabinho.
Didn't you say
No,
Fabinho?
it was Rodri. It was Rodri.
Rodri. Rodri.
Oh, okay. How did Fabinho? Never mind.
Fabinho's 6th.
Okay, 5th, Kimmich. Kimmich is a baller, man. I think you know why, and I think Kimmich is better than Messi. You know why? Because Kimmich
What?
helps out Schilla in the defense.
What are you talking about?
It's
my
not.
take.
You're not crazy to say that, Guti. You're not.
You're not crazy.
That's not ridiculous. That's not
Hey,
ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
He got-
It's not
Hey, if you
ridiculous.
think about it, he got farther than Neymar and Messi did. If you think about it.
That's
If you think about it.
facts. That's facts right there. That's facts right there. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me
It's not
Bayern's
crazy
in
to
a
say
better
that.
team than PSG this season.
The thing is that Fabinho and Muller are actually comparable. You comparing
What? No one's
Neymar
even talking about
with Nicolas
Fabinho or
Schüller.
Muller, bro. What are
No,
you talking
you're literally
about?
talking about the point that I was bringing up earlier. Stop acting stupid. Look, what I'm trying to tell you is that you can't compare Neymar and freaking Kimmich or Nicolas Schüller to Fabinho versus Muller. Those are actually comparable. Like, why are you like you just don't make,
Fabinho and Muller.
like, bro? You guys
is more
ruined this podcast. You ruined it. Oh my god, dude. God, man. Jesus freaking Christ.
Hey,
Let's move on.
don't use the Lord's name in vain. Don't use the Lord's name in
Okay.
vain, man.
So yeah, Kimmich. That's my fifth.
My fifth is Rodri. My fifth is Rodri, man. Rodri's a great player. I love Rodri. I love watching him play. Like people may think he's like a boring player, but he's just great. I love we already talked about Rodri enough. I don't think I have to say anything more about him. My number 4, Casemiro. I think this is like the DM round. I think Casemiro, the way I might have him higher than you and Donjo, but like I see how we play without him and I see how we play with him, and the difference is so big. Like it's too big. It's too big for me to just like maybe he doesn't, his passing is not great, but his defense is great. His like pressing is great, and his presence being there is great. I mean, think about that first leg against Man City. We lost 4-3, but we really should have lost like 7-8-3. If that, because they were pounding us. And in the second leg, it was different because Casemiro was there. So there's definitely a change, and that's why I have him at 4th. All right.
Sure.
Agree.
Oh, wait, don't you have to do? Oh,
I
you did fifth and
I did
fourth?
5th and 4th. Yeah, I did 5th and 4th. Yeah,
Oh, okay. My 4th, kind of hot. Well, this guy's got a bag on him, man. Gundogan. Listen,
Bro, you can't tell
Gundogan.
me
I
putting
swear
Fabinho
to
on his
God,
list is hot.
I swear to God, bro. Gundogan just makes a difference every single time he's on the pitch, bro.
What are you talking about?
No. Say what you're gonna say. Say what you're gonna say.
Say it, Daniel.
I
Say it,
was
Daniel.
saying that
Say it,
you were
Daniel.
getting on me for Fabinho, but you put Gundogan in the top 4.
Yeah, I
like
think so.
this.
I think so. But Gundogan was literally one of the top goal scorers for Man City last season, and he only plays center mid.
2 years ago. That was 2 years ago.
Oh, was it 2 years ago? No, it was last season. It was last
2 years
season.
ago. He didn't play that
That's
much
cap.
last year.
I'll pull it up right now.
I'm pretty sure that was 2 years ago.
He didn't play this much this
He
season.
played like 27 games this year.
Yeah. He didn't play as much as he. You're talking about 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
He played,
was one player of the
okay.
year.
So it says he plays 27 games, but he didn't really because
Right.
he did obviously, but like the minutes on that doesn't necessarily correlate like perfectly. He like didn't play for a long stretch of the season, but every time he plays, like first of all, I mean this is just one moment, right? But he won the league for Man City at the end moment, right? I'm not saying he was a player that won everything, but he was the winning factor in that last game of the season.
Yeah.
He scored 2 goals, was it? I think.
Yeah.
That's what I'm not mad at you about putting him
He's
4th.
he's underrated aerially. I think he's stupid underrated by Pep. For some reason, he's not played as much as he should, and I know that because I had him in FPL.
Yeah, calm down.
And when he wouldn't play, I literally checked. He didn't have a sickness or anything. Pep just didn't want to play him. I didn't really understand it, but
It's too much.
I don't know, man.
Too many Man City players.
Gundogan is a baller, man. I'd put him up there.
Listen, I'm not mad at you, because like he was important, but he's in my list this year because I don't know. I think everyone else had a better season than him. 2 years ago, he definitely would have been like top 4. Because 2 years ago, he was great. He was great. All right, go ahead, Daniel.
4, I got Kimmich. I don't really want to say anything. Gucci pissed me off.
Kimmich is a great pick.
Come on, Daniel. Cheer up a little.
Gucci pissed me off. I can't
Why do you
believe
think Kimmich is 4th?
I just listened to him talk smack for the past 15 minutes just for him to say Gundogan at 4th. Like that's insane. But all right, Kimmich is he's good. He's he's Kimmich. I don't have much to say about him because he's not exactly one of my favorite players either. But he's really good. He's world class. He doesn't make mistakes. He's a real professional. He's good at what he does. So yeah, he's number 4.
It's tough when we get up here, like to keep talking about these players because like everyone knows these players, right? Like that's always like the toughest part. All right, Donjo. You got what? 4 and 3? Yeah, you got 4 and 3.
Yeah. For 4, I put Bernardo Silva. I rate Bernardo Silva pretty highly. I know he didn't have like a great second half, but he still like creates so much for Man City, and he's super consistent. I feel like whenever they started playing him in the midfield, he just got way better. I feel like he's more useful in the midfield than on the wing. And for number 3, I put Kimmich. mean, Kimmich is a baller, man. He's super
Yeah.
good defensively. He knows how to attack. He knows how to put in good passes, good crosses. He's just a great midfielder.
Good. Very efficient.
All right, Daniel, go ahead.
All right.
You're number 3.
Number 3, I put my boy Casemiro. And I would have had him at number 2, but there's this other guy who plays with him who just did way too good this season. So yeah, Casemiro, I just think he's an absolute rock. He, like Gucci said earlier, he's just very aware at all times. He obviously, it's hard to be a defensive mid and not make those mistakes defensively, but in terms of, this competition, he definitely is probably one of the cleanest ones in the back. He helps his defense out, too much at times. He does the same for Brazil and Real Madrid, which is really impressive. A lot of people can't, apply the same style of play to, both countries. See, even Pogba, I mean, you can be successful with it. Pogba does better for his country, but it's a different style of play. That's impressive how Casemiro can be consistent. What?
Yeah. Pogba's a little different, though, because Pogba actually plays his possession in the national team.
Yeah, exactly. Which is good that Casemiro can be consistent. That he found his role, and he's very, very good at it. He's defensively, he's probably the best on this list, and he deserves all the praise. So yeah, number 3.
All right, I respect it.
I think that's fair. I mean, like, he's definitely top 3 DMs. I don't think he's the best one, but like, you could just pick whoever you want out of those 3. And by those 3, I
Yeah.
mean like Kimmich, Casemiro, and like Rodri. I think I would put Conte in there maybe, but it's just because we're looking at this season alone. But
Yeah.
if I had Conte top 4 or whatever, but yeah, at that point it's just you kind of pick and choose. Okay, I
True.
respect that. My 3. This man, I just think you guys disrespect him too much, man. I say Muller, bro. I think Muller's a top 3 midfielder in the world. I think this guy is insane, bro. The numbers he puts up every single year, it's like ridiculous. Like, remember, this wasn't this season, obviously. Lewandowski was about to win the Ballon d'Or most likely. And it's not like he's creating his own chances, like you have somebody there that's pulling those strings, and Muller has always been that guy. And this season, he hasn't changed at all. He has one of the highest amount of assists, and overall, he's a really good player at what he does. He is like an attacking midfielder, but as he called it himself, he's like a space interpreter or some shit like that. He just knows how to evaluate the open areas, and that's why he's able to create so many chances. I think Muller is just super underrated. And I think he's honestly been like easily top 5 for probably like the last 3-4 years. But yeah, that's my 3.
Yeah, that's I respect that. My 3rd was Kimmich. We already talked about him. Kind of everything me to say. My second was Modric. Obviously, I think to me, I think it was kind of De Bruyne and Modric were like in their own category, and then everyone else just falls. Like everyone else was a whole different category. To me, like when I made this list, it was just Modric and Kevin. Just
Kevin.
Kind of like besides those 2. So Modric, he had a great year. I mean, 37, whatever, how old he is, he was phenomenal for us. Every game, every time he came back, he was phenomenal. Probably our second best player, second or third best player, in our squad. We couldn't have done the things that we did this year without him. So that's why he's my number 2.
I agree, and because I agree, I also put him at second. I think him and De Bruyne are on their own tier, and even then, I think De Bruyne is on his own tier sometimes, depending on the time of the day, because he's just ridiculous. But yeah, this is more of a Modric thing right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go Modric. Not much to say. He's crazy, man. He's just that guy for Real Madrid. Like if it weren't for Modric, like literally, I don't know where half of the players would be going for Real Madrid, because besides Modric, I don't even know who the most creative player is on Real Madrid. Maybe like Benzema himself, because Benzema is actually
Benzema,
like he's
Vinicius.
very smart.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably I'd honestly say Benzema. Like without Modric, you guys would be screwed, which is like obvious, right? Like if
Right.
anybody has a top 3 midfielder in the world, without them, they'd be completely different. But Modric is just able to make those difficult passes, and he's able to not just make the difficult forward passes, but also be able to play defensively. And he's like, box to box. He's great.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Is it me?
my second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have De Bruyne at
Yeah.
2 and then Modric 1. And I gave Modric that little edge just because he won a
Are
Champions League.
you, are you kidding me? Are you serious right now, or are you just joking?
Are you joking?
What?
It's not. You're not even supposed to say one yet.
Yeah, you're not
Bro,
even
you guys
supposed to say
literally,
one.
you guys literally just all did it.
Yeah, but
Pretty
hold on,
much.
hold on. Are you joking? Are you serious right now?
It's like you guys said, they're basically in their own tiers. I just have Modric above him because he won the Champions
Okay.
League. And he won
Okay,
a Ballon d'Or before in his career. I mean, he just deserves the respect at this point.
Boys. I'm
Daniel,
actually
we're
very-
talking about this past year, not 2018.
I mean, if I could tie them, I would. It's like you guys said, though, they have their own tier. I can't really put one above the other. It's just if I had to, one got their ass beat by the other. So I mean, there's levels to this.
Okay.
I'm not gonna argue with you twice in the podcast, so
Alright.
I let this one slide.
So I put Modric at second. Obviously he did great. He was very important to Real Madrid the whole season. Very consistent. Great passer, great defender when needed, and he's just really good. And for number 1, I put De Bruyne.
No way.
Of course, he's honestly very important for Man City. They have a great squad, but honestly, without them, they're not the same. His passing is just out of this world, honestly.
You know, I will
That's
say
true
this. I will
balls.
say that the Real Madrid without Modric suffers more than Man City without De Bruyne too.
I agree with that.
I
agree with
think
That's
100%.
just because
I agree with
Man
that.
City
But that's
depth
just
is
Man City stack. Though. That's
ridiculous.
just Man City
Hold on,
stack.
boys. I actually have a really important call I have to pick up real quick.
Okay, we'll get this
Good night, Gucci.
So no, I agree with that. Modric. I would say but that's because Man City have bigger depth, right? Like, I mean, but I do agree with you. I do think, like, for example, I think like that Man City without Rodri suffer a lot, probably as much as we suffer without Casemiro, because like that's not a position that they're as strong at as us.
Mhm.
All right. So since that was okay, so I think so. Daniel, you want to talk any more about Modric before we wrap the top 10 up?
No, not really. It was
Okay.
just nasty.
So all right, so we've done keeper, fullbacks, center backs, midfielders. I want you guys so far to give me your starting 11, your dream 11, if you have to build the team. So I'll go first, and you'll see how I'll do it. So we're all gonna do a 4-2-3 formation. So my team would be my keeper. I'm gonna start Courtois. My left back would be Cancelo. My right back would be Trent. I don't want to put Trent, but my Trent will be Trent. My 2 center backs would be Ruben Diaz and Alaba. My midfielders would be my I guess so my will be Modric, Rodri, and De Bruyne. And like I said, I think that Casemiro is better than Rodri. Hold up, something's going on here. I think Casemiro is better than Rodri.
Sorry about
But
that, boys.
I think Casemiro. Oh, you're all good. I think Casemiro is better than Rodri. But for this team that I'm building, I want to have Rodri in there. I think that's where I'm at there. All right, and then, so who wants to go next?
Yeah,
Daniel,
Gucci go next.
So
Gucci go next. We keep
Guti,
the
what
same
you
order.
on? What I did. So we're kind of we're doing this top 10 list, but we're also making like our dream team. So I kind of gave my dream team from this season, like my dream team going into the season, whatever. up to center mids, obviously, because we haven't got it to wingers and we haven't got it to forwards. So I gave my team from keeper to midfielders.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, so my keeper would be Courtois, my right back Trent. My two center backs would probably be uh maybe Ruben Diaz and then Van Dijk. My left back. Honestly, probably Joao. No, wait, Joao Cancelo. Yeah. Um, what formation are we doing this? Like just
You
any
can do
three
whatever.
midfielders?
4-3-3.
Four
Yeah,
through
I guess
three.
you
All
can do
right, so we'll
whatever.
just say flat. So I need three midfielders,
Yeah.
I guess. So my center mids, I'd have one DM and one center mid and one cam pretty much. My CM would be Modric. My DM would probably be uh either Kimmich or Casemiro. Probably Casemiro though. And then at cam, which is the best midfielder in the world, I think, De Bruyne. So that's my team so far. Probably really similar to everyone else's.
Yeah. Did you hear my team or no?
No, I didn't. I
Sorry about it.
left. Yeah.
Courtois, Cancelo, Alaba, Ruben Diaz,
Dish.
Trent, and then I had Rodri, Modric, De Bruyne.
Okay,
All right.
sure.
My team's gonna be a little bit different from you guys. I'm not gonna lie. But it's because I'm not just picking, players that are the best in each position. I want them to blend together well, just so you guys know.
Okay.
Damn,
See how many
sit up,
Brazilians.
sit up a little bit, because
Yeah, you keep respawning.
you keep despawning.
All right, but actually, let me just close this. There we go. All right, so goalkeeper, I have Courtois. Left back, Alphonso Davies. Right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Center backs, I have Van Dijk and Thiago Silva. Midfielders, Thiago, Casemiro, and Modric.
Listen, it's your team, so I'm not gonna roast.
That team would be nasty. That team
But
would
by
be
the
so
way,
good.
I want Gucci to make it whenever we all have our starting 11. I want Gucci to make a TikTok and make people think which team is better. But
Ooh, that's actually a good idea.
I'm not. But we still got wingers and forwards.
Damn. How many Brazilians were in that team, Daniel? It's like
I had
3,
Thiago
right?
Silva,
And
Thiago
Casemiro.
Silva,
Casemiro.
Casemiro.
And a
Thiago,
fake
man.
Brazilian.
Thiago?
Thiago,
Bro, Van
man.
Dijk,
Thiago,
Van Dijk and Thiago Silva would go crazy together, bro. Think about it.
Honestly,
The
that's a
leadership
really good pairing. That's
with
a
the
crazy
defending.
pairing.
And
Well,
then
they're
like,
both
come on.
leaders.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there might actually look be that. But yeah, they're nice.
Yep.
And I got Thiago in the midfield because he's nasty. Simple as that. Honestly, I'm gonna say something hot. I think in terms of raw talent, I think Thiago is probably top 3 in the world. Maybe not even just in the midfield, but in terms of raw talent, he's like Verratti, but maybe a little bit better. He's crazy, man. He's crazy. That's it.
Sure, I don't know. Okay.
All right, very well.
You can have that. You can have that one. You mean
I don't know.
midfielders, right? You mean midfielders, right? I hope that's what you mean.
Yeah, I think
He said all players then. Oh, okay, midfielders.
I would put
I hope-
like
I hope-
raw
I hope.
talent, like De Bruyne, Modric, and Thiago. To be honest, in terms of raw talent, just straight up skill, I think Thiago is like that caliber.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. Thiago is a very skillful player, so I'm not mad at it.
Okay.
All right.
My team, I'm gonna do Courtois, left back Cancelo, right back Reece James. The two center backs is gonna be Ruben Diaz and Van Dijk, and then my midfield is gonna be Kimmich, Modric, and De Bruyne.
I like that. That's nice.
Okay.
Let me see whatever. I'm trying to see how good we're looking at time. I think right now we are an hour. Anything you guys want to talk about? Any teams? Because I was gonna do the argument game, but I don't think we're gonna have time to today. But I want to that game. That pretty much I'm gonna explain it real quick. So like that game is usually like I draw 2 names out of like a hat. I think I explained it over text, but I'm just gonna explain it over person. Draw 2 names out of a hat, and then it'll be like, let's say Guti versus John Joe, and then I draw 2 players in the same tier. So then like John Joe will argue for a minute, and then Guti would argue back for a minute, and then John Joe will have a 30-second rebuttal, do to have a 30-second rebuttal, and then we vote. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
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 But that would be better. That would be for a full episode. I don't know. I'm excited. How are you guys feeling?
I
about the
mean, we
season?
could try one. We could do a tease one. What do you think?
Because I wanted to do it when there's an odd number of people, so we know who wins, and then we can count. We can tally up
Okay,
wins.
okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Okay.
I was
Yeah, I'm
thinking
saying,
more
yeah.
people, to be honest.
Just one more
Yeah.
person. Just one person. If we have 5, that would be better. Just because maybe we'll do it
Yeah.
next week. Also, probably
Yeah.
we'll do it. Honestly, we'll do a week of strikers because I don't think there'll be that many. Like today, like we actually argued a good amount today. But like
Yeah.
week of we'll do it in one of these next 2 weeks. Whatever week that we're really good on time on, we'll do it because I think striker is gonna be one that we're not gonna have too much arguing. I mean, like that one's pretty.
I think
pretty
Winger's
straightforward.
gonna be very
Winger's gonna be very
controversial.
interesting. Yeah, I
Wingers is gonna be interesting, man.
Wingers is
Yeah, I'm
actually
like that one.
interesting.
I could tell you who the
Um,
42nd best
I'm just
winger in the
telling you,
world is.
Neymar is gonna be a hot name on that
Pulisic?
one, man.
Tell
It's
me,
gonna
tell
be
me
a
good
hot name.
Nah, man. Pulisic would not even scratch out 10.
Yeah.
How excited are you guys for the season? I'm excited. Transfer window's kind of coming to right now, and I'm excited to see where Ronaldo might go. You guys think he's
Yeah.
actually gonna go
Yeah.
somewhere though? We've talked about it.
Maybe.
I feel like
I hope so.
he'll
I hope
he'll
so.
go to Chelsea
I hope
if
so.
anything.
Bro, another team to Prem, he'd be so hated. But like,
Yeah, look.
Oh,
I don't
You
give a
think so?
fuck. I personally don't care.
as long as it's not Man
Man City.
City. As long as it's not Man City,
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
It makes no sense for him to join Man City anyways. And I don't know if actually I don't want to talk about Man City's finances because God knows how much they can actually afford. But
They've been actually selling though. They've been actually selling a lot.
They're
yeah,
selling.
but they I mean they bought Holland and they bought what's his name? The Argentine one.
Yeah, but that was
Well,
that was
they bought him.
January.
They bought him last year.
Oh, that was last year,
Yeah,
yeah.
or-
Which
yeah,
hasn't played.
That counts as that's last year's transfer. Now that they
Yeah.
sold, they're selling Sterling for 45. They sell Jesus for 50. I mean, they're not selling.
Oh, we
They
gotta
might
talk
sell
about the
Bernardo
elephant in the
Silva.
room. Bernardo Silva. To
Yeah.
where?
I don't know.
I don't think they'll get rid of Brown. So I think Pep likes him, but they could. What's the elephant in the room?
Come on, man. The transfer of the season. Bell's going to LAFC.
Oh my.
Oh, my
Honestly, bro, when a
goodness.
player goes to the MLS, I
Wait
just
up.
feel like there's not much to talk about.
What you mean?
It's kind of like a career.
The MLS
thing.
is a
Like, just let-
retirement home.
Yeah, just let the man's career rest. You know.
I can't watch him. I can't watch
Come
him
to
because
an
they already played. They already
True,
played.
true.
We
Orlando.
can talk about what happened in his career in the past, but there's not much to
Oh,
talk
please,
about that
please.
transfer.
Oh god.
You know.
I don't want to
So,
talk about it.
football
Wants to.
lords. You guys just heard what Daniel said. Please, man. Neymar,
What?
when Neymar goes to the MLS, man. Please, man.
Oh yeah, nah. He's
Bro, if
it's gonna be
Neymar
the
comes to
same thing.
Orlando City.
If he comes to Orlando City, that'll be different though, because he's literally right here. But
Nah, but if Neymar comes to MLS, you better not be talking about retirement league. Nothing.
it is a retirement. Neymar, I've been saying that Neymar wants to retire, bro. He said he wants to take care of his kid. He said he doesn't want to play football because he wants a longer vacation. He wants to come
Bro,
to the
listen,
MLS because he wants
I
longer
don't think.
vacation.
I don't. You guys think Neymar
Like,
loves
he's already
football?
retiring.
Like, you guys think Neymar loves obviously he loves football. All right, good. To fix your mic, there's like an echo. That's kind of getting me
Yeah,
upset.
hold on.
Like you really think he actually loves football?
Yeah.
I think
Like, I
so,
don't know.
but
No,
I mean,
You know,
Yeah.
I think that he doesn't love. I think it's like the European style of football. He doesn't like it. Like he even said, like people like get on him for playing the way he plays. Like he doesn't like the serious way of playing. He likes to be kind of like dancing with it. You know, he doesn't like playing fundamentally. Because a lot of people in Europe get on him for that. Like he's been in the news, like slandered for playing the way he plays, and he doesn't
Also
like
for
that.
other stuff. Also for other stuff, not just for the way he plays. But
I kind of get it though, because like
Yes, but-
imagine being Neymar, like being as ass as you are. Like I wouldn't want to play in Europe anymore
Exactly.
either.
I think
Exactly.
his mistake was leaving Barca.
Oh, for
He
sure.
he
He
played
should've
he
Barca.
played freely at Barca. Played freely.
Yeah.
He played amazing in Barcelona.
He played
I don't know,
amazing at PSG in his first couple of years too, but
It's a money.
He just
It's a
got
money.
injured.
I think after his first year, his performance just started like declining slowly.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I
He
wish I
reminds me
felt
of
bad
Kyrie
for him.
Irving. He reminds me of Kyrie Irving, honestly. Like Kyrie Irving says that he loves all this stuff, but like he's always doing something to not play basketball. And like I'm sure he loves basketball, but maybe he doesn't love the business of basketball. Like maybe Neymar loves football, but he doesn't love the business of football.
Yeah, that's
Like-
probably what it
Like
is.
they would
Having-
kind of prefer to play street ball kind of thing. Like they love that version
Yeah,
of the sport.
I think Neymar loves football, but like I think like he doesn't like having like to like wake up or not even wake up, like to be ready at a certain time to follow strictly a schedule. I think that's what Neymar doesn't like compared to like actually not liking the sport.
Hmm.
He likes the sport. He just like you said, he doesn't like the whole seriousness, not seriousness, the whole business around it, the lifestyle that people tailored to come with it in Europe.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. You say he loves Europe though.
Wouldn't love Europe. That's
He's
why you
always-
say
That's
in
what it
Paris.
is, man. You better not be getting paid that much to.
I'm telling you,
Start
people go to
complaining.
Paris. People go to PSG to go on vacation, bro. People don't go there to play. They go look at Sergio Ramos, look at Messi. They go there to freaking take a break. It's like another retirement home.
I don't think that was Messi's plan, but I mean,
I don't think
Yeah,
that was. I don't think that
I
was
see. They didn't
Messi's
really
choice
have a
either.
choice.
But as soon as you get there, you're just like, damn, I kind of just want to chill, I kind of just want to
Messi
go to
was
the beach
partying
in
a lot
Paris.
this year though. Messi
Exactly.
was-
Like when you get to PSG, you
Yeah,
start
actually,
just
Messi
relaxing.
has been like he's been concentrating more on like brand deals and stuff this
Yeah.
year. Ever since
Yeah.
he went to PSG,
He got
because before he wouldn't earn as much as like from like outside sources, but this year he's been earning a lot from like outside sources other than
Yeah.
his PSG salary.
but I think PSG has more. I don't even know if it's true, but I feel like PSG just has more like brand influence than Barcelona does. I'm not really sure.
They do. They
I
have
feel like I
Jordan.
might just be talking on my ass here, but like low key, it's kind of like how Bayern has like a very strong influence, like in Germany. Like in Germany, nobody like literally like kids grow up to want to be Bayern players. Kind of like that, but PSG also has not just Nike,
Dortmund?
but they kind of have that like I don't know, just that appeal because they have so many like amazing players too. Even though they're still terrible, but just having all those superstar players just kind of brings that endorsement anyways.
as a team, they're nowhere near like they don't have the same pool. Like you think that's why like I don't know, like that's why Barcelona got a deal with like Spotify. Like I don't think PSG would ever get that type of deal with Spotify.
They have a deal with Nike. But so does everyone, I guess.
Well, so does everyone. Or
Yeah.
Adidas. I mean, but like I think it's different. I don't think their football team has the same like not pool, not just in players, but their football team doesn't have the same pool in like companies. Like I mean, they got companies with like AIA and like sure like these companies are like known over there in Europe probably, but not here. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like companies are more attracted to like clubs like Barca, Real Madrid,
Yeah.
Manchester United, even
Fan base.
just like those big fan bases and clubs that have been big for so long already.
Yeah, like PSG is cool, but PSG is in Paris, but like I don't know, they make
I feel like they get the brand deals because they just have a lot of money. They can like
yeah,
afford,
that's true as well.
attracting that attention.
they lose.
Hey,
PSG
can
lose
get
so
that
much money though. PSG lose so much money every year,
Yeah, they do.
which
I
is
mean,
crazy.
nowhere near enough for it to matter for the owners, I guess, right? Because they own,
They're not-
they get
well,
so much
PSG
more.
PSG aren't.
Well, it's because they have other like sources like gaining
Yeah.
money from.
Like PSG as a
It's not
football club,
only
they're not
PSG.
profitable, but like it doesn't matter for the owner. Like whatever PSG loses a year, it doesn't matter because they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have to worry about being profitable. Whereas like Barca and Real Madrid have to worry about being profitable because if they're not profitable, because they're owned by a state and like we're owned by I guess like for example I don't know how Barca's case, but in Real Madrid we're owned by fans give money to the club obviously, but like obviously the money that the club makes its own money. If the club was negative in revenue, then like the fans couldn't like just because the fans are still like paying for their subscriptions and stuff, that wouldn't give Real
No,
Madrid
it's the same
anywhere
thing
near
for
enough
Barca.
money.
You guys
Yeah.
have Celsius, right? Or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
No,
it's the same
yeah.
thing.
So like that's
Same
why
thing for most clubs.
we have to worry
That's
about being
fine.
profitable. Just like how Man United has to worry about being profitable and Chelsea have to worry about being profitable. Man City doesn't, and Newcastle
Like Man U's
don't
terrible,
either.
but I mean, they're definitely still very profitable.
Yeah, just
No,
like
yeah,
Japan.
Man City is one of those clubs that don't have to worry about being profitable, but they really are very profitable.
They're on the come up, man.
I gotta
Sponsorship
look at
wise.
it. I gotta look. I think English teams are more profitable than like I just gotta see their finances. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
because
Man City's profitable
everyone
though.
everyone watches the Premier League. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, and they also like the one thing with the Premier League, their brand deal, their TV deals are crazy compared to
yeah,
like
yeah.
Oh
um
yeah, that's true.
like La Liga. Although La Liga try to do it, La Liga's ESPN Plus is pretty good. Like that, their deal is pretty
Yeah.
good. But like League On, they still have Bean Sports, which is like an awful TV deal because now nobody kind of watches that. They'll move somewhere else. Like that's how the leagues and
Ray
teams
Hudson,
can
man.
become more profitable.
Ray Hudson, what a
You gotta
lad.
go Syria, like Sirius and Paramount, Bundesliga's and ESPN Plus, La Liga's and ESPN Plus, and the Prams on Paramount, not Paramount, Peacock and the
NBC.
other stuff, and NBC. So like they have a huge deal.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Peacock is huge though.
I think La Liga messed up though, because if I was La Liga, I would be like, yo, you gotta put some of our games on ESPN without people having ESPN Plus. I think that they
Yeah.
failed in that. Like that would have been
Yeah.
a really if they got that deal would have been even better. But they didn't.
But I don't think
so-
the Bundesliga does that either.
Mm-mm.
I
Which you
think
should.
ESPN are trying to keep it all on.
Yeah, they want to keep it on
ESPN
ESPN Plus. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I was a La Liga team, I'd be like, yeah, you better get our game here. Like, if we have a Clasico, you better put that on the ESPN main screen because, like, that's how we get new fans, obviously. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
ESPN people buy ESPN Plus because they have something to watch, not to explore. Most people. Whereas if you put it on ESPN, like on the cable signal, then like people are gonna scroll by and explore and then see, oh crap, what is this? So like if I was La Liga, I would have forced him to have like I don't know, like 10 games throughout the season on ESPN. Or like 8, something like that. Make it more profitable, but they didn't do that, which
Kind of like
unfortunate.
the Prem.
Yeah. Like the Premier League has at least one every week, which is a great deal because they make a lot of money. But La Liga could too. I mean, remember La Liga used to be ESPN, and like they used to make a bunch of money. They used to put a couple of the Ray matches on there too.
Yeah.
But then they lost that. So
Sold it.
it's just yeah. Well, they didn't lose. Being offered more money, and then now ESPN is offering more money. But they should have definitely demanded a game on the TV. I wonder what League One's gonna do because their deal is gonna be up, I think, in 2025 with being sports. They
I
won't
don't
say
care.
I
They
don't
won't
care
say what
either.
it is.
Uber Eats TV.
they won't say
Uber
being
Eats TV.
sports. They'll do something else. They'll move to probably ESPN or something.
DoorDash TV.
I got any transfers that you guys want to talk
That's
about? We had a
cool.
slow week. I want to talk Danjuma. I think Danjuma's gonna do really good at West Ham.
But he's not going.
Is he not? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I didn't
He's
see
not?
this was.
No.
Are you sure?
Is this like really
Then
recent?
Juma fucking he denied
Are you
it.
sure? Did he?
Yeah.
Let's see
Maybe.
here.
Maybe
11
wrong.
He
hours
denied it,
ago,
like, a while ago.
turns down
Yeah,
a move to West
did.
Ham amid
Yeah, I just
interest
looked at
to
it.
Liverpool and Newcastle.
Mm,
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
disagree. He would have been a good transfer, but
Damn.
I think
I'm actually
Villarreal is
surprised.
low-key on a
I
come
think-
up.
Dude, he's
And I think
so
he
good, man.
wants to stay at Villarreal as well.
He's
So
so good. Danjuma. I want us to get Danjuma. That's a winger. He is so good. Like he would be a great one for us. Like he would be like 40 mil, 35 mil. A great player. I think he's a really good player. I would want him. I want him or Nabry. I don't know. I need a right winger. I don't like how this BS that we're doing with like not having a certified right winger yet. Now I like the Danjuma. Any other transfers you guys
You
want
guys
to
will
talk
figure it
about?
out.
Any other transfers that went on the last 2 weeks? Because we didn't do a show last week.
just
Sterling.
the Dembele stuff.
Sterling we talked about. Dembele saying.
Sure, there's been something that I'm just kind of missing out
Ketsy and
on.
Christensen got announced
Ketsy-
for Croatia.
Oh yeah, they got confirmed. Or they're signing.
We talked about them though, right? The first week. I think the first week.
Probably.
talked
We
about
probably
them.
mentioned them at least.
Yeah, because they've been like agreed
Um,
with Barca for a while, but they just didn't.
But they never
didn't-
been confirmed.
Oh, I guess
Yeah.
the Ligt is now on the market.
Oh yeah,
might-
Bayern.
Bayern or Chelsea. It looks like it's either Bayern or Chelsea.
It's looking worse and worse for Dortmund, man. Every single day.
And Rafinha.
Rafinha doesn't want to go
Oh.
with Chelsea, but
Yeah.
So he's waiting on Barca. He hasn't denied Chelsea yet.
he hasn't had Chelsea
Barca
yet. But
don't- if Barca don't get the good offer for Leeds, then he'll go to Chelsea.
Honestly, I don't see Barca spending that much money now. Because now you guys got what? Fati, Dembele, Ferran Torres. Unless you guys sell Ferran Torres. If you guys sell Ferran Torres, like if I was Barca, maybe I'll be like, we'll give you like, I don't know, like I doubt Ferran Torres wants to leave, but I'll be like, we'll give you like 30 mil plus Ferran Torres or something like that. Like, because you still have
Whoa,
Ferran
that's like
Torres.
I
so
don't.
much. For who
Yeah,
are
I
we talking
definitely
about
wouldn't do
here?
that.
You think so? I don't think Ferran Torres market's that
Rafinha?
hot.
I don't think Rafinha's a god or anything either. Like, he's
Nah,
good,
but
like,
like Ferran Torres market isn't that hot.
I mean,
That's
Fernand
like
Torres
80
has treated us well.
Alright,
To be
That's like
fair,
80 or 90 mil. Like
What's all right?
worth.
How much do you think a team can offer for like Ferran Torres? I think the max you probably can get from him is like 40, 45.
really?
He just signed a contract. How are you only gonna get 40 mil?
Yeah. I don't know. You
We
guys
just
I
signed,
guess
we
you do
just
have to
signed
take
him
out
in
of it,
January.
yeah.
How are we
Right.
only gonna sell him for 40 mil? Man?
what's the max?
Come on.
What's the max you think you can sell him for? No way you can sell him for 60. You
But
also
we
gotta
just
look at
signed
the
him.
market though. I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying like
Well, we're not
you gotta
looking to
look
sell
at,
him, so why are we even talking about this?
because like that would be the only way I would feel like you guys would get Rafinha. Like I don't see how you guys would get Rafinha any other way.
I think Rafinha's better, but I definitely wouldn't pay that much for him. I mean, like, if we're saying like, let's say we
Yeah.
didn't re-sign him, and you're asking like how much he'd sell then.
I'm just saying to
I-
get rid of a winger to bring Rafinha in. That's what I'm saying. Not necessarily just getting rid of Ferran Torres because you guys just want to get rid of Ferran Torres so bad. I'm just saying if you guys have the Dembele, Ferran Torres, and Fati, like I don't see how Rafinha.
We're not getting rid of Fati. We just signed
Obviously
Fernand
not.
Torres, and we can't get rid of Dembele. So I have
If
no
or
idea how
you
to
could
go
deny
around this.
Dembele, you could deny Dembele and sign Rafinha. What do you think
That's
is a better choice
stupid.
there?
I'd rather have Dembele than Rafinha.
Yeah, me too.
So that's why I don't think that Rafinha is gonna go to Barca because I think that's too. Like I think you guys have.
I
too
don't
many
think so
wingers
either,
at
and I'm
that- at
okay
that
with him
point.
not coming. I don't really
And-
care. We need
and you're gonna-
defenders, man.
And you're gonna have to drop 60 mil for Rafinha if you want him anyway. That's what Chelsea offered.
I feel like we
Yeah.
should just worry about Lewandowski and
Where's Chelsea
Another
got his
center
money
back.
from?
Lewandowski?
Center backs are expensive though. Like all the center backs out there are really expensive right now.
I know.
Dude, I think we have to drop a bag on a
Actually,
center back. It's so
Kunde
important.
is actually not crazy expensive.
Kunde's 80 mil, is he?
It's like
That's
the
what-
same
that's
price
what they
as
wanted.
Rafinha right now, 60 mil. He's like 60 to 80. That's the price
Yeah.
range.
Well, Chelsea's kind of making you
It's
guys.
pretty
mad.
much the same shit for
Chelsea-
Rafinha.
Chelsea's kind of destroying you guys though, because Chelsea offered 80 mil last year for him, and they said no. So like I feel like it would have to be somewhere around there that you have to offer. Like they can get 80 mil for Kunde easy,
They can.
I think. And the Lig's 80 mil. That's the other thing that's saving you guys, low key though, because like if the Lig goes for 80 mil, Kunde ain't going for 80 mil. Kunde's gonna go for like 70, 60. If
Yeah,
the Lig
60,
goes for
70.
80. But if the like, it depends. That's interesting because like one of them was gonna determine the market. Because like if Kunde sells for 80, the Lig's probably gonna go for 100. But if the Lig sells for 80, Kunde's price is gonna go down. I think Chelsea's the owner is kind of screwing you guys up because like if it wasn't for him, you probably would have gotten Rafinha for like 50, 45. But then they offered
Maybe,
60.
yeah.
They offered 60 and Leeds were like, okay, we'll accept that.
But no,
don't
but
even
Leeds were
know,
looking
bro.
for 60.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
Leeds
what I'm
wanted.
saying. That's what I'm saying. But like, no one was offering 60 until Chelsea offered them, right? Like, I mean, your market's only like, and Rafinha wants to leave, so the market's only as good as I guess that's like the people offer. It's interesting. There's that new kid from Feyenoord who signed for Leeds. He's Colombian. He did
Oh,
really
yeah.
good last year.
Seen
I
I
don't
can't
remember
remember
his
his
name.
Sinistera, he did really good last year. I'm excited to watch him play. And
I had no
Leeds got-
idea who that was.
he did really good last year. And Leeds got Tyler Adams.
Yeah.
I think Leeds
To
might stay up.
replace Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, they got Anderson, they got Adams. I think Leeds could stay up.
We'll
Personally.
see.
It's gonna be tough. I'm so excited for that prediction video in like 2 weeks. I'm actually super excited for that.
Dude,
In
and then
3 weeks.
And then when it's
3
over,
weeks.
we gotta see, man. We gotta
Well,
see how close or far
Yeah,
we
we
were.
review.
We'll look back
Review.
to it. Yeah.
We should have a punishment for her. That's the worst there. That would
I'm
be a
down.
funny one.
I'm
Yeah,
down.
but we got honestly, we got wingers, strikers, predictions, and season starts. So I'm excited for that. I think we're actually probably like an hour and 25 right now. So I got nothing else to say. I don't think any other transfers I can't click
Yeah,
through my head right now.
Yeah,
I'm chilling.
I think we're good there.
Nothing- Yeah, because we don't like rumors like the Lick. Like we'll talk about him when he's secured. We'll probably talk more about Kunde and Pau Torres and stuff. Like I don't think Pau Torres sleep, but like maybe like any transfers like we'll talk about when it gets secured, rather than like rumors. Because like today like Chelsea and Bayern are interested. Tomorrow it's gonna be like I don't know like Man United are gonna be interested in the Lick, and then like I don't know Man City.
That'd be a really
Dortmund.
good transfer for Man U. They need another one. Another center
That
back.
would be good. Reunited with Ten Hag and maybe De Jong. Which,
Yeah, man.
And Hag
that's
is
a
just
whole
trying to
mess.
recreate that Ajax team he had.
The
a few
Ajax
years ago.
squad for real.
Hey, he had to
That'd be
play
funny.
beautiful. They should have made the finals. Instead, we got the most boring finals ever.
Yeah, that was the worst final ever.
That was the worst final I've ever
Low-key
witnessed.
goofy.
But all right, that's all for me. Actually, I don't got anything else to say.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm chilling.
It's what's
Me
the
neither.
good thing? Good you said it. You said today something. You put in the chat. I just can't pronounce it.
Eid
Imu
Mubarak?
Barak.
What is it?
Yeah, happy Eid
Imu
Mubarak.
Barak.
There we go.
Ibu Barak?
Make it-
I
Yeah,
don't-
happy
wanna-
Imu
I-
Barak.
I don't want to butcher and be disrespectful. So yes, happy day. What is it?
Wow.
What is that? I
Imu
don't-
Barak.
happy Eid Mubarak. Like what it means.
What is? Yeah, no, like what is it? Like what's the celebration of?
On,
Your
I don't
mom.
remember, but I think this is like does it have to do with Abraham? So like Eid Mubarak. So like Eid, there's like different Eids, right? So like you know how I said Eid Mubarak like a couple months ago because like they were fasting for a whole month. But like I'm not saying Eid Mubarak for the same thing this time. This celebration is like only like 2 days. I forgot exactly what it was.
Well, there you
Um,
go.
I don't know, but this is around that time when Hamza posts those videos on his Snap. If you know what I'm talking about.
That's it. I
Oh,
know what you're
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah,
They did not have to
so-
mention this in this
Yeah.
podcast, but I know what you're talking about. All right. Well, that's all for me. I got nothing else.
All
You
right.
guys got anything else you guys want to talk about?
Nah.
Good.
Nope.
Think we have a
Daniel?
solid-
Daniel-
Daniel's already playing Warzone.
Nah, man.
Damn.
Daniel-
Low-key, Daniel's been on Warzone for a minute, man.
Man, it's kind of disrespectful.
For
Man.
like
He
2
is-
minutes.
Nah,
Hey, you
Yeah,
guys have
yeah.
about transfers, and I don't know anything about the transfers that's been happening, so I just kind of.
You're a
disrespectful,
baller,
man.
man.
They got
Well,
upset.
that's why I gotta listen to him.
They got upset after good said Fabinho thing, man.
I did actually get upset after freaking. What
I
did
mean,
he put?
Fabinho.
he
Fabinho's
put
horrible,
freaking-
Daniel.
Who did you put? Wait, what? No, I'm not even gonna entertain that. Gucci, who did you put? You put somebody. Very
He
bad.
put Gundogan.
Gundogan at fourth. Oh my god.
Very bad, crazy.
All right.
I'm sticking to it, man. Gunningan's better than Fabinho. But we digress.
All right, Guti.
Yeah.
We digress indeed. Guti, I hope next week you bring a better jersey. I don't want to see that jersey on you again.
Yo, I have
Please.
some respect, man. Hold on. Should I? Hold on. Let me show everyone the jersey collection, man. Because it's getting
Alright,
crazy
you
out
can
here,
you
man.
can you can do this next video. You can do the next video.
I'll
That's
show.
not-
Go out.
You can do this next
My
box.
rights have been suspended
no,
from me.
no. Listen. Good. You have a good jersey collection, but I want you to go through it slowly. So like right now we're rushed, and it wouldn't be good. So I'm just
okay.
It gave a little a sneak peek, but all right. I want everyone to have a safe rest of your weekend. Everyone happy, excited for the season, and have a good one. If you guys want to say anything
Yes,
else, this is
sir.
your chance now.
It's Seba.
Boy. Yeah.
All right.
Seba.
So next week we'll
Yes,
be back.
Seba.
Next week we'll be back with wingers, and yeah, happy weekend. See you guys next week.
Yes,